Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the second day of the StarCraft 2 Chalmers Championship 2020. We hope you're excited for today's event. I am Flex, and with me is today my co-caster, Fredagsmys.
Hello everyone, hope you're excited.
We're going to have hopefully a lot of good games today. This is the Group B. We're going to start off by showing you a group between the computer science division and the software engineering division. A rival as old as time, what do you say?
I guess hardware against software, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Which is the best? Who knows? Okay, so the game, as we speak, is loading up. We're going to quit the sheet chat in the beginning here to start showing you the game immediately. There's going to be downtime later where you can start talking about the tournament and sponsors and other things like that. When we introduce the players and during the game, please use our clap bot in the chat. Exclamation point clap. You should be able to hear the clap bot when you do that. And also, please let us know if our audio levels are working as intended. You should be able to hear both the clap bot, the in-game music and sound, and both the casters. Okay, so let's move into the first game of today's group. In the bottom right corner of Lightshade, we have represent the computer science division. It is Ecen. Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, 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 clap.
And in the top left part of the map, we have representing turquoise and the Smurfs. It is the software engineering's own Latte. Wow.
Clap, clap, clap.
Clap, clap, clap. Okay. So we're going to have a TVT today. There's 3 Terrans in the group, so it's probably TVT day today.
Is it the first mirror match?
It is the first mirror matchup, that's absolutely correct. Yesterday we did not have any mirror matchups. Okay, we have an interesting start here from Latte. Triple supply depots blocking off the ramp.
No scouting here.
Nope, but Ecen is sending out a scout, so Ecen is going to see this, and I wonder what he will think about it. What would you think if you saw 3 supply depots on one base like this?
Think that this person has something to hide, or maybe he's just trying to fool me.
Definitely.
Because he's just building a barracks behind, double gas though.
Yeah, so he's probably going to do some type of more tech build oriented thing here on one base. The problem is that oh, he lets the SCV in anyways.
Oh, he lowered the supply depot.
He lowered the supply depot, so he made this very, very early wall, and the enemy SCV still got in the base. And this is not looking good.
Ideal, mate.
We'll see how this will go. So we have a few SCVs now not working, who are scared by the scouter.
Chasing it away.
Yeah, it's going to get stuck here in the base. We will see what happens. We have on the other side of the map, we have a early Reaper, a very early scouting unit, but it's staying home for now. So let's see if he sends that out later.
Defensive bunker going down.
Yep, one base bunkers. Okay, so both players are going more one base, what seems like defensive so far. Perhaps going to see another base building here. So, people in the chat, please let us know what your skill levels are. Have you played StarCraft before? Have you never done that? Etc. And if you have played, what rank are you? So we can have that in mind when we spectate, or what level we should put the commentary on. Okay, what do you say?
I wonder if we'll have another software engineer coming out on top today, as we did yesterday with Tuk.
Yes,
I think.
Yesterday we had a software engineer getting out of the group. We have one in this group as well, so we'll see what happens. Latte's base gets fully scouted again by this Reaper. So Ecen has got a good look at what's happening on the other side of the map.
And it gets away.
It sure does. So both players are doing the one base here, but Latte is floating a lot of money, so he's going to build the second base.
And SCV is already down at the natural position.
Yep, for Ecen.
For Ecen.
So if we look at the income, we can see that there is an advantage for Ecen. He has been better at building workers early game, and also he upgraded his command center to give us more money in the form of mules here.
Medivac going off.
Yes, so this is going to be the first real aggression. We have a siege tank in this Medivac, which is the long-range artillery unit, so it's going to see if it can start hurling at that base. What do you say?
Oh, I think this is looking promising. And there are 4 Marines with it. I can see his rally point. He's going into
It's going in the back here. Let's see if
the natural. Okay, so he won't be coming into the main,
he goes.
perhaps? Oh, he's boosting away. Okay.
So he's dropping in the main base. Let's see the reaction of Latte here. Oh, he sees it.
Siege up.
And the siege tank, as you can see here, very strong unit. And Latte doesn't really have any army units here to defend. Oh, his Hellions.
1 Marine.
Yeah. So let's see. Ooh, ay. Snow splitting here. All exploded.
Oh, and the splash damage from the tank is going to be...
Let's see if he burrows that. We don't mind. It needs to burrow down. It's a mine. We burrow it down in the ground. There we go, but it's too late. And there it goes.
Oh.
So we only have 2 units left here. But maybe those are too many.
He's building a Viking, I can see from the starboard. I wonder what he...
To get the Viking out, maybe. But yes.
The Medivac? Getting down the Medivac?
Yeah, getting down there. Yes, but yeah. Oh.
Oh.
So this is looking quite troublesome here. A very, very early aggression from Ecen, and Latte had just 1 too few units. So in the income tab we see that Ecen has a great advantage now because he has lost so many workers at us.
He let his natural finish, or did he not have time to cancel it?
I think it's a good idea to still let it finish.
Okay.
But I'm not sure how he's going to handle the follow-up push, because since Latte is each one...
There goes the Medivac.
Oh yeah, and he could land that Viking, he could transform down on the ground. So even though he might clean this up eventually, there's going to be the secondary push down here.
Reinforcement.
Yeah. So we can see, yeah.
It's looking rough.
Yeah, a siege tank can kill a lot of Marines one by one.
And it was a good positioning also, so we could both take the reinforcements up. Oh, GG! Clap, clap.
Clap, clap, clap.
I was going to say that the siege tank was at such a position that it could both take the reinforcements that Latte made, and it could his main base and splash damage all over those SCVs working there.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a short game, and you can see that if you have early units and the opponent doesn't, then that's all you need. Yep, so
let's see if he has a better chance in the second game. It will become soon.
Yeah, we'll see. So what we're doing is that we're doing a loser's pick format, which means that the loser of the last map gets to choose the next one. Latte, that is, has now chosen Oxide, which is a map we saw quite a bit yesterday as well. So we'll see how it goes.
Wonder if he's a favorite amongst the players. We'll have to see as the tournament goes on.
Definitely, we'll see. Let's invite everyone to the lobby.
Did you inform everyone of the second stream that is going?
There's not a second stream, but there's an off stream. So the other initial match you see there at the bottom is also going in parallel. No problem. So let's see if the players are ready for the second game. Oh, we'll look.
Exciting, exciting.
Oh wait, no. That's not correct. We're missing one of the players, so it's not good to start.
Easy win. If one of the players are missing.
No, I will.
That wouldn't work.
see, Latte seems to be offline. Not sure what's happening. There we go. So let's see. Latte ready. Yep. So both players are now ready. Great. So we're going to continue now. Game 2. It's a best of 3. The entire group stage is best of 3 games. The winner here moves on to face the winner of the other match, and the losers are then facing off at the lower part of the bracket, as you can see. So it's going to be interesting to see here. Ecen is now 1-0 up. So we'll see how it goes.
Interesting also to get a feel of the group at like what level they are playing.
Yeah.
Compared to like Group A yesterday and then as the tournament goes on.
Yeah, the group was fully randomized, so we'll see how that differs. So let's go to the game. In the top right position of Oxide, we have representing Computer Science Division up 1-0. It is Ecen. And in the bottom left of Oxide, representing Turquoise and currently needs your support, he's down 1-0. It is Latte.
Clap clap for both players.
Yes, clap clap clap. So let's see here. Nope. There we go. So let's see if we are having different strategies. Last game, Latte opened up with a very quick 3 supply depot strategy, but now he chooses a different wall off.
2 supply depots.
Yeah.
That's quite common though.
Yes, but perhaps not this early, but
maybe not that placement, I guess.
no, because now it's going to be hard if you want to build an add-on on the barracks, because yeah. But
Little scouter goes out.
yeah, we have a similar opening from quite similar from both players. Ecen does the scout and opens up 1 barracks, and then later on the supply depot, both having a very similar opening. Barracks, gas, and we'll see.
Engineering Bay may be going down there.
That's very surprising. Engineering base is for upgrades, and this would be an extremely early point to start getting upgrades. So we'll see. Did Ecen spot that engineering bay? He also did. Latte builds his buildings too close to the ramp, so he can actually get the scout up. So he sees this.
But what is he supposed to think when you see that? What would you do if you were to see that?
I would be surprised, because engineering bases are either used for upgrades, which is very early to get, or defensive missile turrets or anti-air, or defensive measures.
Yeah.
So it's very strange to see this in one base. Maybe.
So he drops down a factory, and the Reaper is going on.
Yeah, and I think this Reaper is potentially going to do a lot as well. Similar to it's going to be a defensive Reaper as well. Okay, but it's interesting to see. I think Latte is going to need. He's going to need something here, because the Reaper is coming up. He's going to need his own Reaper.
And it's yet finished. There he goes into his main base.
Yes, the Reapers can jump up and down cliffs, so they can get into the bases quite easily. So now he starts to harass the mineral line, and we need...
He's not target firing the SCVs though.
Oh.
Now he is. Okay, now.
So Latte is going to lose a few workers before being able to get his defenses there. But he's not going to do too much damage, because he has his Reaper of his own. So...
And there's a starport I'm seeing, and the siege tank for Ecen.
Yeah, so Ecen is doing a very similar build to last game. The 1-1-1 strategy, because you get 1 barracks, infantry units, 1 factory for vehicles, and 1 starport for flying units. And then it also has defensive bunkers. It's a very similar opening to last game. Potentially we're going to see that siege tank drop again. We'll see if Latte can handle it this time.
That was very exciting.
Yeah, but Latte has a secondary base already up, so as long as he doesn't die by this attack that's going to hit quite soon, he should win in the long game, because his income is going to be much, much greater.
I wonder if he thought it was going to win with that push with the Medivac, the siege, when he did it. Last game.
Maybe not. He did have a second base at that time. He doesn't now, so he's more of a commitment this time. But here we see the drop moving across the map. Latte only has a single barracks for army production, so even though he has 2 bases and a lot of money, he's not really spending it right now.
Goes over that very hurt SUV, 3 HP on that one.
Yeah, it's been there for quite a while. So let's see when he notices it. Now we're following his camera. He's looking at his main base, and now he's like going down, and oh, there is...
Oh no!
It's the same strategy again. And his infantry units are being exploded outside of his vision.
And once again, the tank is in position to shoot down the natural.
Yeah.
Gonna be difficult.
Yeah, he can lift this building. Lots of Terran buildings can fly, so if he...
And he needs to repair it if he wants it.
Yeah, so he's going to lose it. So now his advantage of having a secondary base is now lost.
Interesting choice for Ecen to also back up with a natural of his own. So this wasn't the final push.
It was definitely not an all-in.
All-in.
But it was still quite a commitment because he left. He didn't build a base for a long time. So Ecen now scans the base and is going to try and get another position with his siege tank to hit the main base. There's the tank.
So it's just siege,
It's
but
good enough here. Then the medevac can heal the marines. So
yeah.
it seems like a repeat of game 1. So let's see. Maybe Latte could, if Latte kills like all his workers and attacks, if they have somewhat of a fighting compatibility, then maybe he can do something. But walking in one marine at a time, the siege tank is going to shoot them out.
So he's built a turret for the medevac, but it's too far away.
Yeah.
As of yet, and there it goes. No.
And the Hellions that he builds, even though they hurt the marines, the medevac can completely nullify the damage.
And the reinforcements run along?
Yeah, the second wave, so it's a very similar game like the first one.
He's found a strategy in which he can win.
Yeah, and that's
GG!
Clap, 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 clap. So that means that we have a result from our game. A quick 2-0 from Ecen. However, from the off-stream game, it was a similar result. We have seen that the updates should be there. Yeah, oh no, that was incorrect. Zenith won the series on the off-stream match as well. So this means that we're going to see a match between Latte and Onjuno here on the stream. So what we are going to do is that we are going to go to a quick few minutes break while we get the next match ready. Okay, so let's go to a break. Okay, so we are back live again. So let's see how the... Yes, this is how the group looks now. So we're going to show you the losers match between Latte and Onjuno, and then the loser of that match will be eliminated permanently from the tournament. Ay ay ay. So let's see what happens.
Exciting.
It is exciting. Yep, so the first map of the next match is going to be Pillars of Gold, and the players are loading in right now. Wow. Let's move over to the game. We have in the top right corner of Pillars of the Gold, representing software engineering, it is Latte. Wow, clap. And in the bottom left corner of Pillars of Gold, we have representing maritime engineering, it is Onjuno. Exciting.
So I just looked at the chat. Sorry if we didn't respond earlier, but thanks for telling me that I was too quiet. I'll try to speak up. I hope it's better now.
I'll turn it up. Now she's louder.
And thank you, Flex, for doing the introductions. I wouldn't be able to do them. It would sound like when Cyril did them.
No.
That pro player, he was a bit unsure of what to say.
So let's see what happens now. Onjuno does the SCV scout, similar to Ecen did last game.
Another TVT.
Another TVT, yeah. It's going to be TVT today. It's the TVT day. We have some worker-on-worker harassment.
RNG going on.
Yeah. Let's see. Onjuno is at such a level that he tries to micro its SCV to try and harass. We can see in the APM he's clicking a bit, so to say.
Ooh.
Yeah, so both players are opening up very similarly with the barracks, but on Latte's side there's one gas and on Onjuno's side there's two gases. So we're probably going to see a similar build out of him as we did Ecen last game with a factory and starport teching up on one base. And that worked well for Ecen, getting up the siege tank.
Yes, in his favor indeed.
In his favor. What do you think Latte will take from last match? Anything he will change? No? He still goes for that early engineering.
Yeah, he does.
Very interesting. So I'm not sure Latte's build order here with some special tactics he's been working on. But he really wants that factory. There he goes. Yes, as I say, because he wants to also advance on the tech tree. We can see on the other side we have that factory, because we saw how powerful the siege tanks are. The siege tanks are definitely a format-defining unit, so to say, in Terran vs Terran. But not often that the first one can do that much damage. Oh.
I'm also not too familiar with choosing to do Reaper. That comes up right here now. If you check out Latte's base, there it goes. Or starting with the Marine instead.
Yeah. So yeah, the Reaper is going to get a full scout off, but as you say, Reaper is often what you open up with to scouts, because it's just a quick unit and it can go up the ramps. Latte has the Marines instead, which are... they're better in the mid game, so to say, because they can have more of a firepower push when you later want to attack. So Onjuno seems to keeps his eyes on his opponent, and Latte has not put the SCV back on the factory that died.
And the Reaper gets away, and the natural CC is building in the main base of Onjuno.
Yep. Oh. So this game Onjuno has the secondary base up much quicker, so he's going to be in the advantageous income position rather than what Latte was last match as well.
Now Latte is in a Reaper.
Yes, maybe.
Oh, cancel on that, or a delay on that missile turret.
Maybe Latte feels like he can't catch up with the Onjuno's micro with the Reaper, so he wants to have also a quick unit.
Understood.
Yeah. Now with this split of Marines though, he's keeping track of both of the jump off positions, so the Reaper should not be able to jump in and do that much damage anyways. Second base is landing by Onjuno, so that income is going to continue be in his favor.
And he goes for a quick gas on the second base as well.
Yeah. And he's going to start powering up upgrades and more late tech units now. He has both the factory and the starport ready.
Double engineering bay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Latte is still on one base and is floating a bit of money, so maybe he's having trouble spending himself. But we'll see if he can amass something to defend against Onjuno's soon powerful force, as his income is going to power on.
And also, speaking of economy, I just saw Onjuno drop a mule, and I checked out Latte's base, and he has no orbital as well.
Yeah, he's morphing it just now.
That's also gonna affect some things. Not only that Onjuno has his second base, he's also able to mule.
Yeah, upgrading your command center to an orbital command and dropping these mules, as you see just now, gives you a lot of money. So neglecting to do that by Latte is hurting him. So now Onjuno has had the income advantage for the last 5 minutes, as we can see here. And
the push is coming towards Latte's base.
Yeah, so this is the 5 minutes of greater economy that's going to hit on his door. Latte is going to have his first siege ready for the first time today that we see him. So let's see if he can use this siege tank that's popping up soon defensively in an efficient way. Because otherwise Onjuno is going to start sieging away at the Latte's ramp.
He has no recognition of where his opponent is, right? Like, what has he seen? He has no unit out on the map, so this is going to be quite surprising.
Yeah, I think the first thing he's going to see is an explosion on his supply depots when the siege tanks are starting to fire.
Up the ramp?
Yeah, he's going. The
medivac will give it vision.
Medivac so maybe and Raven can give high ground vision, and the siege tanks can shoot quite far. So
maybe he'll see the medivac first. No.
Sure.
So here he comes.
And now I notice that the siege tank is just like a millimeter too far away. And the Viking, good anti-air tool here to push away the medevac. Let's see that he doesn't lose it.
Ooh. Oh no!
Ah.
Oh. His tanks aren't sieged yet, but he moves them, and now the siege comes up.
Yeah, so it's going to be hard for Onjuno to push up inside the tank radius of Latte. However, as you can see, Onjuno can still hit the buildings closer to the ramp. Yes, this is going to be troublesome, because even though Onjuno won't kill him right now, but he's containing him so hard on one base.
And also he has to spend money now on supply depots, and he's supply blocked.
Yeah.
Because of this. And leapfrogging with the tanks. Oh!
The scan gives full vision of the high ground. So now we can see that the siege tanks are going to slowly encroach on Latte's position here. Yeah, and the high ground vision from the medevac.
Oh, ballsy to go down with the Marine.
Yeah, not sure if that was intentional. So every second that goes by, Onjuno is just getting more and more ahead.
BC being produced. Starport over there.
Yes, the battle cruiser. However, oh no, he's going for it, and we see a
disable
on the siege tanks by the Raven. Very good micro here, activating the abilities of the spellcaster, and Onjuno is going for the kill. The battle cruiser pops, but it's not enough. GG is called. Clap in the chat.
Wow. And Combat Shield was just about to finish up. Not sure if that would have helped him though.
Yeah, so I'll see what the next map will be.
Interesting to see the skill level. I already feel like there are some good players here. Not that they weren't yesterday, sorry, I didn't mean that like
fired.
That. Oh no. Oh no. Making enemies.
Okay, so the next map is going to be Submarine. So let's see how that goes. We're joining up the lobby now. While we're waiting, we can show you the awards for winning and coming second place, because that's also fun. Not today, of course, but later on in the tournament.
I wonder if the players have displayed their ranking. Someone asked in the chat, what is this rank? Maybe what is his rank?
Who? Onjuno or a player or? Oh, what is this?
I
rank?
don't.
Oh,
I don't know what that.
maybe it's asking for one of the players.
So I don't actually know anyone's ranking, and I don't know if we're able to tell you.
Yeah, we can see Onjuno is a diamond player. We can see on his profile. Latte, I can see here. Latte is a no match finishes on his account, but he's a 3v3 bronze player. So that's something.
Oh, he played very well, I must say.
Yeah.
Bronze player, though.
According to his account, he's played only a handful of games, but this seemed a lot better than that.
I must agree, I must agree.
So we're waiting for the players to get ready. They're going to be ready in a second now. So Onjuno is up 1-0. Let's see if he can close it out against Latte and see if Latte can get his first point on the scoreboard today. We're having some.
Please invite me. Oh,
there you
thank you.
So everyone is here now. Great. Lobby ready. Let's ask where the players are ready. And as soon as they are, we'll jump into the game.
Ready, ready, they say.
Then let's go. So the map is loading in. The second map is going to be Submarine. I think this is the first time we'll see it on stream, this tournament actually. We didn't see it yesterday, I don't think we have seen it yet today either. So let's see. Loading in now. So Submarine is a ocean theme map, so to say, or like a beach theme. Fitting for the name.
Indeed.
So let's jump into the game right now. So in the bottom right corner of Submarine, we have representing software engineering. It's Latte! Clap, clap, clap in the chat. Exclamation point clap. He needs your support. And in the top left part of Submarine, we have representing maritime fitting for the map. It is Onjuno! Clap, 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 clap. So it's the most sea-themed map, which is very fitting for him right now. There we go. So yeah, we have some questions in the chat about the winners match, and it's currently 0-0. We get some confirmation from the upstreamers. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. So we're having some secrets here on the map. We're having some proxy barriers. Is the first cheese today?
Double proxy racks, I'm wondering, since there are 2 SCVs.
Maybe soon. Maybe soon. Probably any second now.
Double proxy racks.
Yeah. Maybe this is a response to knowing that Latte hasn't scouted in any of the 3 games so far he's played.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Might be.
So
This is going to be difficult to spot. I don't think Latte has been.
yeah, Latte hasn't scouted at all yet.
Yeah.
And if he goes with a similar, as I was about to say, the supply depot wall off, it's not really going to help in this matchup if there's Marines coming up, because they're going, or Reapers even, so he's going to jump into the main base. You see here, caution, caution. This means Onjuno is about to push Reapers into your back main.
Oh.
Caution.
Caution, caution. For the Reapers.
Maybe we'll see.
Full scout as well.
Yeah.
Early on. The chat was asking if there are any results on the winners match yet.
Yeah, we touched upon that earlier. It's still 0-0.
Oh, okay, sorry. On the chasing down the SCV.
And if this match finishes up very quickly, we'll possibly be able to jump into the later games of the other match. And that match is currently between Zenith, the physics division department player, and the Ecen from computer science.
Oh. So he has, as of yet, 2 Reapers out, but he hasn't attacked yet. So he's waiting on that 4th Reaper until he jumps up on that edge.
Yeah. Latte is ready for Reaper, so he's still spreading out his units to be able to defend his ramps, or ledges, so to say. But I don't think it's going to be ready for 4 of them.
And there they go.
So you can see his camera. Oh, does he notice? When does he notice? There he goes. He looks at it and it says, "Ay, ay, ay."
Ay, ay, ay in the chat.
Yes, F in the chat. This is not looking good for Latte. If we look in the units tab, he has 1 Marine. And it's right there. Let's follow him.
He isn't really target firing down those SCVs though. Many of them are hurt.
Yeah, but I think his lack of target firing is probably gonna good enough.
Yes.
Everybody gangs the telecaster says, "Ay, ay, ay." That's a good meme. Like it. So this is... Will we watch the next winners match if this one's before it starts? Yes! The winners match is on in parallel and we'll jump to that. Congratulations to Onjuno to moving forward. And Latte is unfortunately now eliminated from the tournament. But let's give a round of applause to Latte for still contributing to the competition. And we'll see if we can join into the winners match. Clap, 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 clap.
Clap, clap. That was quite the fast series, but interesting nevertheless.
Yep, so now we're discussing with the off-stream match and we're going to get them ready here soon. Interesting, we're having some... let's see here. Interesting.
I wonder if there are any fan favorites out there. Who are you guys rooting for?
Yeah.
Maybe just your own student division.
Yeah, but that's good enough. Well, what student divisions are you from? Seppuku, yeah, he played yesterday.
Onjuno?
Yeah.
Wow, you're just saying that after he won, aren't you?
Or maybe he's just watching because he has won.
Oh,
so
true.
Here's the updated results now.
Although that person has that kind of purple color, does that mean that you're from the same division, or?
Possibly. Technically, the correct color for maritime is marine blue.
Oh.
So the dark purple is the closest to marine blue out of the colors in StarCraft, unfortunately.
Oh. Any IT is good.
Give Latte a rematch in final. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Show match against the caster. Or show match against anyone.
So let's see here. We're getting the lobby ready now for the second game of the winners match. So any second now we'll be able to jump in. It's going to be on Submarine, so it's the same map again that we just saw, but now it's a completely different, not just players, but also matchup between Serg and Terran. What do you think about that?
Oh, I don't really know, actually. I like watching Protosses, but I did that yesterday, so...
Yeah, there were 2 Protosses yesterday, and one of them advanced, so we have at least 1 Protoss in the round of 8.
That's good, because there weren't too many Protosses in this tournament.
There are not many Protosses in the tournament at all. So it's good that one of them got through, and we'll be able to cheer on them later if you're a race fan instead of a division fan. I approve Hens versus Latte off-stream. Yeah. Battle of the... of them, so to say. Okay, the game is now loading up, so let's jump right into it. In the top left of Submarine, first time seeing him today, representing the Physics division. In the dark colors, it is Zenith. Wow. Do we have some Fs in the chat for F? And in the bottom right corner of Submarine, representing computer science, we've seen him before, and let's see if he can do as well now. He's down 1-0. It is Ecen. Wow, clap, 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 clap. We're seeing some orange in the chat as well, so that's good. Let's see here, and it's 1-0 for Zenith. So we have a early SCV scout by Ecen, so he's able to deny the hatchery here. We have some worker violence. The SCV we should win this because they have 5 more hit points, because that's how Terran works. And there's no micro. What?
Oh,
I forgot about the micro. So the Zerg must have gotten the first hit off there while the Terran was moving around. So that's a first small victory, and which means that Zenith is going to be able to place down his hatchery very early. There we go. So meanwhile, in the Terran base, we have a standard barracks gas opening. He goes for the second supply depot instead of the base on the low ground, so it's a little bit more of a defensive play. Compared to having the CC immediately on the low ground, which you can do very early in this matchup, because you see that there's no aggression coming so far. So we're going to see maybe more of a macro game this time. Very interesting. No Reaper either, so which we saw from last game, so there's going to be no scouting from Ecen for quite a while. So he's going to be stuck in his base. Zenith has his overlords, because he's the Zerg player, which means that he can spot how it looks. He can see the ramp now and perhaps take a quick peek. He sees a barracks, so he doesn't have to be afraid of any proxies, and he sees the
I was just gonna say, we'll see the factory, or are the Marines too frightening to go further in?
If he goes too much forward, the Marines can catch the Overlord before the Overlord reaches the safety of the high ground right here.
2 links are gonna get stuck on that ramp if they try to go up or down. No, they're going in another direction.
They're probably just scouting around to make sure that there's like hidden bases or other buildings. So right now Zenith has got a lot of scouting done, which is very important. StarCraft is a lot like rock, paper, scissors when it comes to strategies and units, and in that sense, knowing what your opponent is doing is a good thing to do when you're playing rock, paper, scissors. Because if you see your opponent making rock, you can make the paper and so on.
I didn't really get the analogy. Aren't you supposed to do it at the same time?
No, because
in rock, paper, scissors?
Yes, in rock, paper, scissors you're doing it at the same time, but in StarCraft you're not. That's the point, so you can scout ahead and see, oh, he's about to do this, so I can do something else. So we're having a slight supply block of Ecen here. He's going for a 1 base engineering base, so reminiscent of some of the early plays we've seen before, that the one of the players is... Oh, we have roaches out on the map starting to do some harassment, but these are not Ravagers yet, so the Marines should be able to push them away.
No vials?
No vials. Oh, he tries to micro the damaged one, but he got stuck. And repairing on the supply depot. So these roaches is quite surprising, because they're surprisingly expensive if you're not doing anything with them this early in the game. So let's see what happens. Zenith goes into the lair, so he's upping his tech level, advancing the tech tree, and he's going for a defensive play with a spine crawler and getting more roaches. So he definitely doesn't want to die, and that's very good, because having your opponent on 1 base when you're on 1.5, so to say, is still good enough.
Do we have the greatest graph in the world, or some other graph you can show it? Oh.
So even though Zenith is not making any more drones and has his secondary base only 11 out of 16 workers, this is still a lot more than Ecen's secondary base, which is nothing. Because Ecen has been powering up, building lots of units, and those units are now going across the map. And
just as Stim is finishing up.
Yeah, it's a very important,
quite usual.
Very important upgrade. However, Zenith's Overlord never got picked off, so it saw the move out. So Zenith should be ready for Ecen, which he is.
You should wait for his siege tank.
Yes, this siege tank.
In this push.
Yeah, and we're having a potential round here getting ready by Zenith, or maybe it's just a round by.
Oh.
So Zerglings running around, you can follow. Yeah, it's going to perhaps attack in the back, hitting some what would be a natural. But this seems to be a complete all-in by Ecen. There's no secondary base going up, so this is just full armor production.
Will he close up that supply depot? No, they run in to the main.
This is real problem. No units at home, So Ecen is now completely...
No reaction. Oh, now he pulls his SCV.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to defend this, or is he? Sieging the tank.
Tank.
And while this is happening, Ecen is busy trying to micro and control stuff at home. So Ecen can capitalize and surround and kill Ecen's army. Tank not even see that. And that's the GG!
GG!
First player moving on from the group will be Zenith. Congratulations to Zenith. This means that we are going to have another TVT between Onjuno and Ecen in the deciders match. We're going to take a few minute break while we get that ready for you. See you again soon. Okay, we are back live. We are now starting the first game of the deciders match between Ecen and Onjuno. This is going to be exciting. It's the first time we see these two players playing. They both face different opponents in the first initial match, and I think this is going to be the most evenly matched game or match today. What do you say?
That sounds logical.
Well, yeah. So we're going to go into the game right now. Let's see. There we go. So in the top left corner, we have representing maritime engineering. It is Onjuno. Clap, 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 clap.
Clap.
And in the bottom right corner, we have representing computer science division. We have in the orange. Oops. Ecen! Clap, 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 clap.
Ooh, exclamation point
Clap,
clap.
clap, clap in the chat. So, yeah, 0-0, and there we go. Yep, so we are currently on Deathaura, which was quite played yesterday, I believe. I think we saw it in many of the matches. So we're seeing a scout from Onjuno coming here. We're not seeing a scout from Ecen yet. Usually you scout after the depot is done. But Ecen thinks otherwise in this matchup today. We have a gas early from Onjuno, wanting to take up, and we also have the gas already done by Ecen. And Ecen sends out his SCV. So, very much the similar build with small deviations.
Yes, interesting to see where this will go.
Definitely. The world is their oyster. With this type of opening in TVT, you can do anything. Usually you see the first Reaper quite early, and then you see the factory. If you go with the second gas, you can continue into Stargate very quickly. Otherwise, you perhaps want to take the second base, because then you'll have a lot more minerals.
And Ecen won't be able to get us. Oh, he will get a scout. I thought he might put down another supply depot or something there.
No.
But Onjuno doesn't go for the supply depot. Okay.
Onjuno does now to trap the SCV, which means that his command center is going to be delayed, because now he put so much money into that depot, which he technically did not need that much yet. But he's going to trap
Ecen is trapped.
It is trapped.
But Onjuno lost his SCV on the other side in the main.
Yeah, so both scouters are going to die for their crimes of espionage. But that means that both players have a quite even look on their opponent. However, Ecen does not know about Onjuno's second base yet, which will potentially put Onjuno ahead economically.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. And we still see this one base engineering bay. I think it's an interesting play. We've seen it from Ecen before and from Latte earlier.
Yeah.
Not really sure it's something you see often in pro games. So we see the 1-1-1. We see there. Oh, Onjuno is trying to go up. Gets the scout up. Sees the starport climbing. So he knows that Ecen must be on one base still. There's no hidden command center here building, because there's so much gas invested here, and then you can't afford a base at the same time. If we look at his base, his starport is starting now, and the Ecen starport is almost already done. So Ecen will have more powerful units quicker, but since he doesn't have a secondary base up, he needs to make something happen with those units.
Will he see the natural now? Go further in!
But he saw the Marine standing down there, which could be a tell, but you could also do the double drive of having a unit down there to block a scout, so you think you have the base there. But Ecen, anyways, even though he didn't... that's surprising. I think this bunker is very, very surprising. Because as we said before, Ecen is probably powering up for an attack similar to what we saw last game against Zenith. But making this bunker a defensive building is not in line with that. But here we go. Here's the 4 Marine, 1 tank hit squad that we saw be very successful in the first match.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was very interesting. However, I wonder if Onjuno was quick enough to see those medevacs. The medevacs flew into his vision, but maybe he didn't see them. He probably not, because there's no reaction from him. So he's going to perhaps poke into the ramp, see there's a tank there. So Ecen is safe, but he needs to do some type of aggression, because Onjuno will advance economically ahead.
And he has gathered up some units outside of the main of Ecen.
Yeah.
But more importantly, the medivac. Does he see it?
He's going to know.
Reaction. Reaction. Oh, siege up.
He's pulling away his drones. Now we see a very quick, decisive retreat, which is very good. He lost very few workers, they're still alive, and the base also moved away. Oh. So this
almost got the medivac there.
So how do you stop a unit that is very powerful but immobile? You move, because the immobile thing can't. Oh no! Oh! He snipes the medivac.
Nice.
Now this tank is completely alone. This Viking is going to land and snipe it off. This is
well played.
That was a
good defense.
Good sequence of micro actions there to completely defend it.
So will he fly back his base? No, he's lowered it
on
the third position or fourth maybe. Okay.
He can mine there instead, and he even takes the other natural as his new third base.
Oh,
so
macroing up. I wonder what he will do with the units that are outside of Ecen space. Oh, speaking of,
that's a good point.
They just walked in to the tank. That was already sieged down there.
Yeah. So
Liberator also.
Yeah, so it's a Liberator is like a flying siege tank, also sieges up and shoots in an area.
But that's single target though, so
yeah, single target, but still sieges. So Onjuno is going to get his third base up, and Ecen only his second base. So he's going to make his third in main instead. So it's still possible to win here from both players, but I have to say there's a lead for Onjuno here.
And I think Ecen feels that because he's building some turrets in his base, so maybe he's feeling that, oh, I have to be defensive. There will be things coming flying in.
Yeah, but the problem is, if you're behind economically and you will go defensive, then you will never catch up, so to say. You're just sedimenting your disadvantage.
True.
So this turret perhaps could have been down here to defend the third base instead, so he could easier take that.
Though he doesn't know that that Onjuno has a third base. Should he be expecting there to be a third base?
That's a good point. Perhaps not expecting the third base super much, but he knows the natural at least is still alive. So I think it's still a good decision to take his own third base as he did. That was a good timing. I'm just a little bit surprised by these two missile turrets not being like down here instead, so he can easily take his own third base. He wants that as soon as possible.
Yes, exactly. When he will be moving down his third CC, that won't be defended by the turret because they're too far back.
Exactly.
But he's moving out his army, so we know he's going to fly over there.
Yeah. So in the income tab, Onjuno has an advantage, but that advantage is going to go down as soon as the third base starts to land. We see a scan here from Onjuno, seeing Ecen's base. So he sees the third base moving, which is very important.
Go Data.
Go Data.
Nice to see some cheering.
Ecen is also a player in this tournament, and I believe he's going to play on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Ecen? Meanwhile, we're seeing battle cruisers. The battle cruisers has been a very popular unit this tournament, both in last match and yesterday. And we'll see if it's able to help that much, because usually you don't see battle cruisers in Terran versus Terran until quite late in the game, when you can afford going into tons of them.
Or quite early, as like, transporting into someone's main, surprise.
Definitely in Terran versus Zerg, but perhaps not in Terran versus Terran as much. But yeah, that's a good point, opening up that rush and that type of thing. So if we look right now, the income it's a little bit stabilizing, perhaps now when Ecen's third base is on position. If we look at the upgrades, we see that Onjuno has a slight upgrade advantage, but not that much. And then if we look at the army tab, we see it's quite even. 4 tanks, 20-ish marines, 50-ish workers, so it's still anyone's game.
To answer your question, Ecen is going to play.
Yeah, on Friday.
Don't expect too much. The practice has been awful. We don't expect too much.
No, but
we're just looking forward to some good games.
Exactly. But the computer science division will expect much, because they will rooting for you.
Don't put that much pressure. 4th CC building on location for Onjuno.
Yeah, so we're having quite a macro game now. We're having a Liberator harass. Oh, let's see if he can position it.
Siege
He
up.
does. Do we see a reaction? Now we see a
One.
reaction. 1, 2,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that one had a mineral. Oh. That's quite impressive. That's worth it. That's worth it.
Onjuno knows Ecen is ahead, and this is what you do when an opponent is ahead economically. You have to kill him, or at least kill enough economy so you're even again. So Onjuno is now moving out. He's spreading out his units a little bit everywhere. These ravens are something you have to look out for because they can disable key units. So
some units are just walking up without the others. Okay.
Ecen sees this. He has one tank barely in position. It's not enough, so the enemy tanks will be able to reach his base. This is it's team seal.
The siege.
What can
the
he
siege.
get them? Can he get both of them? He gets all of them. This is very important. Gets the
No, the last one.
Oh
no.
That's
that tank surviving is vital.
now we need to pull the SCVs, lift the base, similar to what we saw earlier from Onjuno. He runs in and gets the snipe, but it's too late. We see a disable here. Battle cruiser is up, but he has to retreat away from the marines. Disable on the battle cruiser as well. There's lots of marines left over. We have tanks on the high ground, good position. You can see there's multiple tanks here.
And now those turrets are shooting away. Wow.
Wow, that's actually good. And he saves the base, important, but he lost a lot of SCVs, 22 SCVs dead. This is nailed by the right here. 4th base on location though, from both players. Onjuno retreats, he realizes he doesn't have enough to push into the siege tanks.
Ecen are floating away. Oh no, he's going to put it back at the same place, I thought.
And
that got a little hot.
That was
I'm warm.
Really and we're seeing a full battle cruiser switch now from Ecen. However, they need upgrades. We have one upgrade on the way for the battle cruisers. We're going to need more of them. Let's see, can I go to that? So, there we go. So he's working on them. Meanwhile, however, there's lots of infantry upgrades on the other side. So the Marines, even though they're quite early tier units, if you upgrade them a lot, they can shoot down the big late game tech battle cruisers.
+2, +2.
+3 for the infantry. So that's the highest upgrade you can have.
That's true.
Yeah, so when those are done, it's going to be troublesome.
Yeah.
So
did he have Yamato?
yeah, he has it already. You can see on the animation actually. The battle cruiser has a super one-shot special ability, and when it's purchased the upgrade, you can see there's animation here in the middle.
I know it shows when they shoot, but I wasn't sure if it. Yes, I can see that now.
Yeah,
Thank
BC
you.
versus BC in the chat. Yep, there's a fusion core on the Onjuno side as well. Onjuno sees the 4th base. We have sensor turrets here. You can see on the map here. So this is getting quite the TVT macro game. This is very good.
Wow. TY versus Maru.
Yeah. For those of you who doesn't know, the latest finals of the biggest Orc of 2 tournament in Korea was between 2 Terran as well. So this is...
that was a tight game. That was nice.
Yeah, but not as
the
good as
BCs
this.
are moving out. The Vikings.
The Ravens as well. These Ravens. These are very expensive. He didn't get... Oh, no.
Did he have any energy to do a disable or... Oh, no.
He needs to run away. The teleports?
Teleport.
Yeah, that's probably good. But he lost one battle cruiser for a few Vikings. Let's see if he can... There's no tanks down here. No tanks. Before there were tanks at the 3rd base, there's no tanks down here. Onjuno scans. He sees there's nothing here. But
at the same time, the BCs are in Onjuno's base.
This is getting out of hand quickly.
Wow.
There's not that many Marines, so they can start really including the hurting. We have only one tank attacking on Onjuno's base.
But it's reaching the planetary.
Yeah, but it's going to take a long time to kill it with the defensive repairs. Meanwhile, let's not lose that battle cruiser.
And it's gone.
But these battle cruisers are raking havoc in the base, attacking the production. If they only pop one at a time, Marines cannot handle these many battle cruisers. And Onjuno sees the tanks and he decides to retreat.
He moves back home.
This is a decisive point in the game right there. Nice meme. Balloon in the chat, nice meme. Can we get some excitement for Data now? Data has made a decisive play. Can we see some orange names in the chat, please?
Or someone else just cheering for Data. Maybe IT, that's kind of close, or no?
I think IT would rather cheer for Maritime than Data. Okay, here we see the conga line of Marines, and while they get there, the battlecruisers teleport away.
One is still there.
It's gonna get away. So...
Oh.
yeah, IT for data, haha, good joke, yeah.
Sorry to offend anyone.
So, Onjuno lost a lot there. If we look at the income, we can see that Ecen is now firmly in the lead. He still has battlecruiser production online. He's going to get more of them. So this is the advantage bar is now firmly in Ecen's favor, and it's been a good switch because I think Onjuno was quite in the lead before. It's a good game.
So Ecen is dropping his 5th just now, I'm realizing, or
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, but the 5th is ready, and Onjuno.
Yeah, but Onjuno has already his 5th
but he's
for a
20
while.
workers behind, so his so it doesn't really count.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Ecen scanned.
Oh, speaking of Onjuno's 5th base.
He scanned it, and there's nothing there. Onjuno perhaps saw the scan, so he's trying to make some defensive things, but Ecen is getting ready for a push. So as you can see in the minimap, you can see all the units here are going up to the 12 o'clock base. He scans to see if there's any defensive tanks. There's nothing there. Ecen is completely clear to just run in, snipe the base.
Yeah.
Data ahead due to tech, obviously the smarter division. Yeah, you can say that. Okay, so Onjuno loses a base here, so the lead that Ecen has is going to get harder and harder. Perhaps Onjuno can max out and make something happen because he has good upgrades.
And he's going for the counter attack.
Yeah, and he has battlecruisers himself walking across the logo very prettily.
Oh, don't get your army split up now, though.
Yeah, you see.
Oh, they'll regroup. Okay, good. Oh, and transport on the battlecruisers to the main again.
Yeah, so he's going to shut down the production here. So Onjuno is not going to be able to get more army than what he has now. Let's see if he can make something happen with them. Oh, he teleported home his own battlecruisers. Yeah.
Oh.
So let's see what happens. He lands the Vikings. It's only Marine.
Always around.
But Onjuno has much better upgrades. However, half of his army is not contributing to the fight. They're shooting at the base.
Oh no.
So this is... He could have decisively killed this army if he would have focused. But now he turns around.
Oh, now he's gonna get it, both the army and the base.
Nicely
done.
Random siege tanks scattered across his space to prevent a base trade, and I'm not sure if he can handle the battlecruisers back at home. Or can he though?
Oh, those turrets doing some part in the main.
We're having a marine production. Can they help? And another teleportation. This is
exciting to say the least.
Very exciting to say the least. This has been the best game today, I think. It's been back and forth multiple times.
No offense.
No offense to other players. All players have been played great.
Yeah. TVT is exciting though.
Many people think it's the most fun mirror matchup.
When the players are really good, as we said, TY and Maru, that could be very fun.
Yeah. So you can see the micro, and when the battlecruisers get low health, Ecen teleports them back. See here, he shoots his shot. So battlecruisers has two abilities: the Yamato cannon that does a lot of damage, we saw there, and the teleportation. Both have a very long cooldown.
And the reinforcements, those small marines just walking into the BCs.
Yeah, we're seeing a small production of units in Onjuno's 4th base because the main has no production anymore, basically. But if you look,
he still produces marines from them.
Yeah, the income is quite even actually. But can Onjuno turn this around, make the comeback? Is the comeback real?
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Data is fantastic. They only need to work on their APM, their build orders, their mid game, their defense, their micro, and their meta awareness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
More memes in the chat, please.
Yes.
Yeah, so the battlecruisers are going to get repaired, or they're attempting to be repaired.
Yeah.
This is how it feels to make group projects sometimes. There's 2 people working and everyone else is just standing around.
Wow, shots fired.
Oi.
Oi, oi.
I didn't say I was the person working. Yeah. Okay, so now we have a 7 battlecruiser army. And they are on the hunt. They're scanning the base. They see where the production is.
And there are 3 more actually to the right of them joining.
10 battlecruiser army.
Nice.
Flying across the...
And a little scattered tank there on the Rich Vespin, guys.
Yeah, it's there for the sightseeing.
And the base just finishes up, and then it's gonna get targeted down,
Let's see.
probably.
Oh, we're now following Onjuno's vision. Will he look? Are we following his vision? There we are. So now he sees the various competitors. I wonder what's going through his head.
Flaming hot red.
He's trying to micro.
Disable.
Oh, what?
Teleport.
Full teleport to where? Teleport home. Interesting.
Oh.
So Ecen decided to teleport home, perhaps repair.
Is that a turtle biscuit?
Yeah, it's the Lula.
Yeah.
No, it's the laugh. His head
sorry.
has his head back in the laugh.
Yeah.
So Ecen is soon maxed out, and he has the final levels of upgrades here, the red upgrades here. When they're done, his battle cruisers will be incredibly powerful, because now he's able to catch up to Onjuno's very early basic unit upgrades. So this is going to be troublesome. Let's see if Onjuno can make something happen. He has his own battle cruisers. He no longer has ravens for disables. You see the Yamato cannons being fired, losing lightnings.
Oh, the BCs are a bit clumped up, but maybe that's not too much of a problem. There's no AoE.
Correct. No, that was wrong.
100 supply army and GG gets called.
What a game! What a game! Wow. Wow. While we're waiting for the next game, please, here's a look at our schedule and our sponsor. Just dropping our sponsor while we're waiting. So,
yes, thanks to everyone who's in any way participated in this event, as a player, as a administrator, or along those lines, and of course the sponsors.
Yeah,
it's been fun. It's been working very smoothly, I must say. There's a lot of work that goes on behind this.
Yeah. We have a 2-minute request break from the players. We're going to give them that. So while we're waiting for them, we're going to ask you to, as you can see on the screen, you can go down, and as you can see multiple panels on the Twitch page. There you can see there are links that you can go. There's also a link in the chat now. If you join LaggIT as a member, signing up is free. We get free money. Free money. Well, how does that work? It's magic. So, and we even give you a free soda for the next physical event, and we're not saying when that is, because who knows. So please sign up. Follow the link in the chat, the Sverok link.
Does it work to write !medlem?
Yeah,
member. Sorry, I forgot the word in English.
Yeah.
Member.
Medlem prompts the link that shows up. That's the bot there.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, very good.
Total Biscuit was a while ago. Feels bad man. Feels very bad man.
Yeah, Wreckful passed away this year, In Control the last year, and then Total Biscuit the year before. So that's how you can keep track of time. No, but it was almost exactly 1 year between.
Okay.
So, and also, if you would please follow us on Facebook if you like what we do, if you look forward to future Chalmers Championships. We will post all our future championships there.
Yeah. Someone suggested a 2v2.
Yeah, 2v2 tournament. If you want to host one, they will happily perhaps get you on the board for next year. Let's see, I get the players ready.
2v2 is quite a meme, or those round robin 8 players, everyone against everyone.
Yeah, free for all 8 players is quite a meme.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah, and last but not least, please, next time you want to buy some electronics, it could be maybe a new hardware to store all that dank memes, or maybe a new keyboard because you smashed it because you were facing Protoss on the ladder, then please consider Inet. You can go to inet.se, they have basically all you need. And if you ever buy something, please tell them where you got the where you came from, so to say. I'm sure they'll be very much happy to know that their sponsorship of this tournament is putting in a good place, so to say.
Yay, Inet! Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Inet. Clap in the chat for Inet, for our sponsor. Clap in the chat. Clap.
And there our game goes.
Yeah, wow, we were able to fill that time out nicely. So, meanwhile, in the bottom left corner of Pillars of Gold, down 1-0, fighting for his tournament life, it is Onjuno. Clap. And on the other side of the map, we have currently up 1-0. If he wins this, he's through to next week. It is Ecen. Clap, 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 clap.
If only I had money for a Zen 3 and a new GPU.
Yeah, so a processor and a graphics card. Yep.
Yeah.
But when you do, you know where to buy them. So let's see. There we go. 1-0 to Ecen is correct. And everything. Yeah. Okay, so the map is already on the way. We have a similar build over as before. Onjuno with the earlier scout after supply depot, when it actually already started. Ecen with the later scout. Barracks gas. Standard openings.
Yeah, Pillars of Gold again. Feels like quite the standard map, isn't it?
Yeah, it has quite open fourth base, but the Terrans usually take the triangle base, so it's probably fine.
Is there a Reaper ramp?
The Reapers can jump up, I think there. That's what the blue...
One story.
Yeah, so that's what the blue things are showing. New maps have these types of cautions and stuff.
Will Onjuno lose his SCV while he scouts?
What?
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's stuck in the main, so it's going to die eventually, but it could migrate around for longer. The other SCV is still alive and it's going to get out.
Fully health.
Fully health. So we have a quick factory on the way from Onjuno, so it's taking up much quicker. On the other side we have a factory a little bit later. So still quite similar. Let's see how it goes. I think
that can always be the thing for the mirror mashups. That they do the same thing for like the first 4 minutes or 3 minutes, and then you'll see what kind of tech they go for. So a Marine pops up, and will there be a second base for Onjuno? Feels like his SCV is on patrol down there. No, sorry, that was Ecen's SCV. Oh.
Yeah, Ecen is scouting to see if there's a low ground expansion, but there's none of the players. Both are macroing up quite heavily, going for the double gases on one base, trying to get to the tanks and the flyers. We have some Onjuno hype in the chat.
Ooh!
Oh, he's gonna need your help.
Keeping the Reapers at home?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah. It is a completely legit move, especially by Ecen, who has the SCV across the map and he sees what's up. We have Techlap on a starport, doesn't mean maybe Cloaked Banshees. We have a Banshee.
And Cloak! Nice!
So
that's always fun.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Banshees are a flying anti-ground unit that can get invisible by this cloak upgrade, so they are temporarily invisible. So it can potentially kill basically all workers of the opponents if they're not ready for it. So let's see what happens. However, Ecen does the very interesting play of an extremely early engineering bay, and they allow him to build missile turrets which have detection against invisible opponents.
We never really got an answer. Maybe you know who the people in the chat are, but we never really got an answer as to how good the players are, if we have to explain what a Cloaked Banshee is, or if people are familiar.
And that's a good point. Do the people in chat, how much do you want us to, how detailed do you want us to be in the explanation? Do you know the units? What are your experiences? We now have, you see on the map here, 2 ships passing in the night. We have a Banshee going one way and a Medivac with the classic 4 Marine 1 siege tank that we have seen from Ecen now multiple times, sometimes. I like the verbose commenting. Okay, so let's try to have it a little bit more. Yeah, so we have the missile turrets going up here. But
I really like these timings as well. Going up just as Cloak is completed and at the same time. Oh, where do we look?
Yeah, but we have no scans available. Cloak is done. Can we see a siege in the main here? So we are seeing actions on both sides.
Yes, it's difficult to keep up.
Now we're seeing a
he needs to scan.
Meanwhile, this gets cleaned up because we have another Cloak dash here as well. So Onjuno got out of that. I think he's way far ahead. Yeah. So if you look in the workers, this, as we said, it's completely invisible as long as it doesn't get too close to this missile turret.
How much energy for a scan?
50 energy, and it's only 45. So he gets out just in time. You can see the scan. So the orbital command can also see invisible units by activating their scans. You see that this is a large area, and it shows invisible units as well as just general vision. So you can use that to kill the Banshee if it ever comes back.
Did anyone go for double Banshee? Because that one shot workers, don't they? Or not not SCVs?
No, they don't one-shot SCVs. Because SCVs are, as you know, Terran units, so they have 5 more HP.
Thank you, Terran.
He's sniping a siege tank here, so Onjuno is having more and more trouble here. He can't keep up. If you want portable, movable detection, you need a Raven, and it's from the starport, and he needs a tech lab, so he's completely off that tech path.
Yes, and he's making a reactor to that starport, so he's already decided to keep the turrets so that the turrets can shoot up at the flying unit.
So
and now that he isn't cloaked, the Viking can take that Banshee though, so he gets chased away.
Yeah, the Banshee ran out of energy because cloaking costs energy. So the one Banshee 6 kills, the other one 12, so they definitely got their money's worth back. The Vikings are going to...
he's going to hunt him down.
Yeah, but
he's going to meet the Marines.
Yeah, there should be a defense here for the Viking. Or is it? One, no, 2 more shots probably.
Oh, will he lose the Viking? He will probably. Oh no.
Okay, so when the dust settles, the harassment is over. The income is quite even, but we have this giant army for Onjuno. You see 34 army supply down here, and only 12 army supply for Ecen. So this is.
And I worry about that many tanks because they do splash damage.
When we look in the units tab, there's 4 Marines, basically nothing else, and 4 tanks and 11 Marines.
Yeah, and the tank goes down the ramp. It has to be sieged up right about now, and it is.
Yeah, so Ecen, we see his vision here. He has no map awareness at all. You see the Banshees coming in. They're cloaking up. There's a little snipe attack. Oh, we see a
scan!
He gets...
Oh, no!
It doesn't get
close. So close.
And the scan does not last forever. Oh,
the Viking...
The scan ran out as the shots were in the air.
That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate.
Very, very close call. And now he's going to be completely dominate this natural base because there's 4 siege tanks here, not 4 siege tanks on the other side. So
there's 1 tank up on the ramp, but it's gonna get... Yeah.
The invisible Banshees, they definitely made this game for Onjuno.
Early harassment, yes.
Yeah.
That damage to the economy, and also the APM, I'm feeling like. You have to pull away your SCVs, and so you can't control others.
Yeah, if you're playing against another player and you do something that requires them to pay a lot of attention, then that's very costly. And GG gets called! GG! So that means it's a 1-1 game, and Onjuno takes the next one.
Going to the 3rd game.
Yes.
That's exciting.
It's very, very nice. Final game for the final match of the evening.
The more games, the merrier, I say.
Yeah, definitely.
It's always interesting to see 2 players that are very similarly ranked or playing the similar.
Yeah, similar experience, so to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if they're high level or if they're super low level, as long as they're even, that's when it's interesting. And I think this matchup is the most even matchup we've had today.
Yeah. And that I think that will be more even in the matches as time goes on and as this tournament goes on.
Yeah.
Because the best players will be left to the end.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for the players to choose the final map here. Let's see what they're saying. Submarine is the final map. So let's join in on it. Let's go, Onjuno. Clap, clap, clap. Yes, we can hear your clap. Hopefully you can hear them as well.
Very nice clapbot. Was it Fear Dragon?
Yes.
Ravi?
Ravi, also known as Fear Dragon, StarCraft 2 caster and community member. He made this clapbot in Python. He was a full-time software developer before becoming a full-time caster.
Ooh.
So let's see here. And then we have... Oh no, not you. Spectator.
I wonder how good the players will be at the final day. That will be very interesting.
I mean in the finals? Yeah.
Yes. Do we have any Grandmasters here?
I believe we have 1 ex-Grandmaster, and I believe that was Zenith from this group who 4-0.
Oh. Wow.
Let's ask if they are ready before starting. We have confirmation. Ready. Okay.
Joe Mann has been GM for one day too. Oh, that counts.
Okay.
That absolutely
No
counts.
Kappa. Okay, so we have had 2 former GMs in the tournament.
Oh.
Uh,
So some masters then.
yeah, currently masters, yes.
Oh.
But saying former grandmaster makes them feel cooler, and it's also
It does count. It is cooler.
Yeah.
Being grandmaster, definitely.
Yeah, you can't be grandmaster forever because there's only a limited amount of spots, and you get kicked out so often.
Oh.
Okay. Let's move to the game. Let's not forget to switch that. Okay. In the bottom right corner of Submarine, we have the... Oh, no, that's the wrong screen. There we go. In the bottom right corner, we have representing the computer division. It is... What? Ecen! Clap, 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 clap. And in the top left corner of Submarine, we have representing Maritime. It is Onjuno. Clap, 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 clap.
So the chat just said that it's echoing a bit when we speak. Is there something we can do about that? Are we sitting?
Is it echoing when both of us speak or only when one of us speak? Meanwhile, while we're waiting for that response, we're looking at the similar opening as before. We have Barracks, Gas, SCV Scout. No Scout from Onjuno this time. He has been early scouting before.
Ecen wanted to one-up him.
Yeah. Oh.
In scouting early. Oh, there he goes.
But Ecen likes to do this supply depot. Usually pros go depot, racks, gas, and then base on the low ground.
Yeah.
Perhaps not in this matchup, but they do often. And then you won't get into the base. When one of you talk. Okay, when I'm talking, flex. When Freda's is talking, when she's talking.
One of us.
Yeah, we'll look into that. Okay, so we're seeing full scout here by Ecen, and we're seeing no scout by Onjuno meanwhile. So can you see the base on the low ground? He builds the base on the low ground right next to the SCV, but the Reaper will be able to push it back. But now Ecen knows Onjuno goes heavily into economy, which means that Ecen now gets the dilemma. Do you either go offensive and try to punish it, or do you also try to take your next base? It seems like he goes for the next base.
Yes, and I think Onjuno knew that too, because Ecen's SCV was trying to chase Onjuno's SCV off of that placement for the second base.
Sure.
So maybe and his Reaper is going to see it now.
Reaper versus Reaper, who got the shot off first? It's a retreat.
Oh, here it. Oh,
it's the Reaper dance.
Slash dance.
It's a deadly standoff between, and the Reapers not just only can they go up ramps or like positions like this between different high grounds, they can also regenerate their health and throw grenades. So you saw that there was a grenade thrown there by the Ecen's Reaper. Meanwhile, the builds seem to be quite even. We have 2 bases for each player. We have the Stargate building on one side, and we have the factory soon finishing up, which means there's going to be a Stargate afterwards as well. 2 Reapers on one side, which means that Ecen only hasn't produced any units for a while. Oh no. Oh, 2 Reapers are greater than 1, even if there's a Marine on that side. So the Reapers kills the other one, and then they go back to heal.
So nice to get a delay on that natural CC.
Yeah, like this command center is no longer constructing because the SCV that was building it got killed off by the Reapers. So this is going to hurt Ecen's economy by a lot.
Yeah, it's only costing money or minerals.
Not sure about this bunker in the main base because he sees that it's not a full commitment because you see there's a secondary base. I'm not sure about this.
What do you think about the scan?
I think that the scan is probably fine just to see what you're up to when it comes to like maybe cloaked banshees. You don't want to lose to that again. So I think the scan was okay, but I'm not sure about the bunker. Yeah. So now he's pushing down with the tank, and the tank is going to be able to thwart these attackers. But this base has been delayed for a long time. Oh.
Meanwhile, they're even in workers, because Onjuno didn't make too many SCVs on his second mate. Natural, sorry.
Yeah, it definitely feels like Onjuno has focused so much on microing his 2 Reapers, keeping them alive, that he didn't build workers by himself. So he has a lead, but it's only 300 here. As you see, this graph scales. So even though it looks quite a lot, it's only 400, which is still considerable because this is resources per minute that they have an advantage of. But it's not the end of the world.
Pull down that graph. Here comes the army.
Yeah, so now we have tanks on both sides, but we also have a Viking, which is the air superiority unit. And there's no air units on Ecen's side, which means that Onjuno is going to... you see explosions. Oh, did he shoot his own stuff? No.
Is it splash damage?
It is splash damage. So...
Or did he actually target down his...
I don't think. Maybe, I'm not sure. Oh, secondary tank. Oh.
The Viking is quite useless.
It doesn't have vision anymore. You can see...
but the Viking is there?
Yeah. Onjuno can shoot the opponent's siege tanks, at least the one that was here, because he has the Viking to spot. A spotter. Yeah. As you can see, now it falls back. But Ecen doesn't have anything, so this tank is outside the vision range, so you can't shoot at it. But now there's a Viking here. Viking versus Viking.
Oh.
And, oh no, Ecen was gonna win that, he had more. Okay. And now we're
double engineering bay going down at the same time.
This fight we're looking at is going to decide which of these 2 players will be eliminated from the tournament and which we'll continue seeing next week.
Oh, good point, yeah.
Please share in the chat for your favorites, because this fight right here could be extremely decisive. Oh, Viking, so this is like chess positioning. Where do you put your siege tanks and where do you put your Vikings in the air? Because they need to help each other. You see, he tried to go forward too much with the siege tanks, and they got killed off. And he can't...
Watch those small marines coming in. Oh.
It scans to see how it goes, because
Onjuno
doesn't have vision, except for when he scans. Oh, Raven. But if you look in the army... Oh, no, less like it. If you look in the army supply, Onjuno has been able to pick off so many units with his siege tanks that now there's almost nothing left from Ecen. He disables the siege tanks, and now there's nothing left. He comes in, and I think he smells blood in the water.
I think he's done it.
There's basically no units left on the other side. There's only these 5 units in the main base. Big aye for Ecen here. Yes, this is it. GG. Congratulations to Onjuno to moving on to the round of 8 next week in the quarterfinals, but also congratulations, or at least great job to Ecen to participate and actually be part of this tournament.
It was quite even. It was 1-1. So thanks for showing some good games.
Definitely. And so it was a very close game. We're going to update the brackets to show you how it looks. While we're updating the bracket for the playoffs, we can show you the group screen for Friday. This is how it would look on Friday. We hope you are excited. Set your alarms. There's not going to be tomorrow on Thursday, but there's going to be on Friday instead. So let's see here. Here is the winner, and the winner today was Zenith.
Same spot, same time?
Yes, same channel. 18, always 18 each day will stream. If you want to see the full schedule, you can see it here at the bottom. So it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, all days. And now we're going to see you how it looks in the playoff bracket for next week. Let's see if this works. We'll show you it here. So this is where the players of today are positioned in the bracket. So now we have an even spread of players from today and from yesterday. And on Friday and Saturday, we'll see how those other spots gets filled. Wow. I believe that concludes today. So we hope you've had a great time watching.
Went a bit faster today, didn't it?
It did go like an hour faster than last Friday.
There were some differences. I was thinking about there were not too much banter between the players in that in-game chat as there were yesterday. Yeah. Maybe that contributes to.
Maybe, I don't know. Is there a correlation between banter and
skill level?
I don't know. But in that case, from us here at LaggIT, we'll see you all on Friday. Don't miss it. And thank you all for watching. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye.